Mwah. I am Wicked Nick Wegner, and this is my breakdown of the Wahadachi, or the Wisconsin State Judo Championship. It's been a week, and looking back on it, I think I should make a video just really quickly breaking down like the entire tournament, like highlights sort of. My total mat time was 11 minutes and 28 seconds. But not all that's going to be shown. It's just going to be, like I said, real quick narratively broken down. My first division that I did was advanced, which you guys know I usually sign up for novice and advanced. But contrary to my pattern that I usually have, where I do really bad at novice and then do good at advanced, I got completely fucking demolished in advanced. My only good thing I did was like a senkaku that I was trying, but I didn't get the turnover or the choke. I don't know. But a little bit of context and background to that, I guess, that bracket. Others might call it an excuse, but I was on the complete other end of the gymnasium coaching my teammate, and I looked down at my phone and they changed it up on me last second. And so I see I'm up on mat 1, so I'm running down, taking my shirt off, putting my gi on, running down there. And to my knowledge, there's only one other person in my bracket in the advanced division. I thought I was going to go against one guy. We fight 3 times, and whoever wins the most wins the gold medal. But there was a late replacement. Now, I didn't know that until after the match. So my first match with this guy is, I think he's novice, right? So I'm on the mat because I don't recognize I know who I'm fighting in the advanced. The one person I was supposed to fight. I know who it was, and it wasn't him. So I'm like, okay, this is novice. Must be our novice bracket starting. So I'm flustered. I ran all the way down there. I put my gi on. I don't know what's going on. I grab with this guy, and like the moment I grab him, I'm like, this guy's really good for a novice. Turns out I get my ass kicked, and he was a brown belt. But that's fine. Yeah, I didn't do anything at all in advanced. But then starts the novice bracket. Then my first match, it went to the ground, and I want to say right now, I was doing no newaza for this tournament. He had my arm, and he cranked it. And that one moment from Indiana State will stick in my head forever, where I was content there, I was actually fine, and then I rolled over. And in my mind, that's what cost me at Indiana State. But in this tournament, my mindset was, you can take my arm off, because I'm not turning over. Anyways, when we got stood back up, my first match, I did a Tani Atoshi and won that one. My next match was a rematch with somebody that I beat in Indiana State. He's a great guy, but at the very beginning of the match, he gets on my back and he's trying to choke me. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was his coach or a teammate or a friend, or I don't know who it was. But someone was yelling off the mat, "You're like, that choke is in, you got this." And I'm just like, you can see me nodding my head. I just love that moment. I just think it's really funny that I was just like, looking up at the ref and everything, like, no, this isn't in. We're good. Let's reset it. And when it did get reset, I got a Sasai Wazari, and then he tried to choke me again. And then we got stood up again, and I got another Wazari for a full point. What technique that was, I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. That was really, it was a bad Wazari. But anyways, I got the win, moved on to the next round, and then I beat this guy in 7 seconds. Now, I do always watch my competitors when they're fighting. At least I try to. But he was really good, so I'm really excited. It was just under 7 seconds I got him out of there. And then it moves on to a rematch. The guy that turned me over in Indiana State, the guy who won gold in novice. I won gold in advanced, but I told him, I'm like, you're sort of like the uncrowned Indiana State champion because you beat the guy who won gold in advanced. But I've watched that footage a lot, trying to figure out what I would do differently. And one of the things that I envisioned doing differently, I actually got the chance to do it, and I did it. So when you pull my arm, instead of rolling over and trying to roll through with him, I would just hip bump up, and it worked. So I really love that clip of me just hip bumping, even though we kind of tangle our legs up and it kind of gets awkward. But the ending sequence of that is also really cool because, like, look how quick I just like slip from like defending off my back and then just slip to defend, like so quick. Like a blink of an eye. But yes, what I envisioned worked. It's a beautiful thing. And then for the win, the Ippon, I actually got my get back. Like I beat him. It was a very slow but controlled Ippon. But I got it full Ippon. So now I don't record my opponent's footage. I kind of feel weird just recording people in general when I'm up there competing. I don't like to mention names, and I rarely do. But the guy just beat, the guy who won in Indiana State, the legend, versus the guy that I beat in 7 seconds. But the guy who was, the guy who I beat in 7 seconds was actually really good. I just got him in 7 seconds. They actually rematched to see who would face me for the gold medal. And I really wanted it to be the guy who beat me in Indiana State. I wanted it to be like the rematch. I got my rematch. I won, which means we're 1-1. And for gold, we fight in Wisconsin State Champion to see who is the best of us two. But that didn't happen. And I didn't record it. Like I said, I don't record my opponent's matches. But for narrative purposes, I almost wish I did. I don't even think he realizes this. But he got pinned because he did the exact same thing that I did in Indiana State. He was turning him over. He was cranking his arm through, and he rolled and then got pinned. Like, that's exactly how he lost. And I almost wish I recorded it because, like, I was watching it. I'm like, oh my God, he just did what I did when I lost to him. So anyways, I had my rematch with a guy beat in 7 seconds, and that was a brutal match. It was a very long match. He tried to crank my arm off. I just defended. I let him crank my arm. Like, you could take my arm if you want it, but you're not getting this pin. You are not getting this gold medal. That's what I was thinking. And actually, I told him this as well, but it was one, I think I've only had this thought one other time. Yeah, no, it was only one other time, but never in judo that I have this moment where I'm just questioning myself, how much do I actually like need this gold medal? Like, can I just give him it? You know, I got a silver, that's good enough. That's like the only time in judo where I thought to myself, how much do I want this? And do I need this win? Was just because he was relentless. Every time I went to the ground and he was in any position of control, he would just take my arm and crank it through, and he was relentless. And, you know, great fighter, great judoka, and it went to the overtime, which means anything wins, and I got a Uchimata. Just a really good match. One of my favorites of all time now. So yeah, so I got gold in novice in the Wahadachi, or the Wisconsin State Judo Champion for novice. Now, to mention the elephant in the room of sorts, I did mention earlier in advanced, I was going to fight one person. It was just going to be me versus him in advanced. Somebody else joined in last second and beat me, which means there's only 3 of us in the tournament. And I don't know if you know what that means, but it means I was actually the first time ever in history that I joined a bracket and didn't win a single match. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. And I got a bronze. And now I almost didn't want to even get, like, you know, I didn't even want to take it home. I don't like doing that. It's the first time it's ever happened to me, but it's not a good feeling. But I think I need to take advice that I give to other people, that I give to the kids when I'm coaching them, or my teammates sometimes when it happens to them. I got bronze because I showed up and I competed, and that's what it's all about. That's what I always tell people when they, you know, if they end up getting 3rd place in like a 3-man bracket and they still go home with a medal. You're going home with a medal because you actually went out there and you competed. I guess this is an announcement or a call out to anybody who thinks I don't deserve to have a bronze medal. What I want you to do is I want you to sign up, make weight, and I want you to take it from me. So when it comes to Indiana State, I am the reigning defending of my weight class advanced division champion. And I want anybody who can make the weight, anyone who can make the trip, to come out and take that from me. I don't want to be Indiana State champion. You know how much pressure, how much weight that is on my shoulders to walk around knowing I am the greatest judoka at my weight in Indiana right now? It's a lot to take. I want to win gold in novice and advanced in Indiana State this year. That way there's no question who is the greatest Indiana judoka. This is my dream tournament for Indiana. Is the exact same people who competed in Wisconsin advanced show up. Even more people. I don't care how many people show up, but I want the guy that I never got the chance to fight to show up at Indiana State and sign up for advanced, because I don't think I'm going to be the same weight class, to be honest. But if we end up being the same weight class, I want to actually beat you, because I could have beat you. That's the thing. I got taken out by someone who wasn't even supposed to be there. I could end you, kid. But that aside, advanced, you know, I got humbled pretty badly. I'm not worried about advanced, but gold is a necessity in novice from now on. And my dream for Indiana State is me and the guy who beat me last year, the guy I'm 1-1 with. We are on the opposite ends of the bracket, and we go all the way up, and we meet for our 3rd match, the tiebreaker, the trilogy match for the champion. Indiana State is when I take you down and I take your head. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick breakdown because I like the narrative going into Indiana State that now we have a trilogy match, a rivalry match, a real rivalry. These things don't happen that often. Great guy. I mean, I liked just one of the friendliest competitions I've been to in a while was the Wahadachi Judo tournament. But I thought I'd do a breakdown. And like I said, if you want it, sign up, come get it. So this is your Wisconsin State novice first place champion and reigning, defending Indiana State first place gold medalist in advanced South Bend Judo Club, Wicked Nick Wegner, signing out. Boop.